All right, well, hello and welcome back as we are getting ready for the first game both of the night and of week number 7. Hoping for a good one here as we have quite a bit to go through, so why don't we already look into it? Of course, you can see the season schedules on the screen here, and the new addition this week is that I've added the remaining schedule. Now, of course, there are 3 weeks left if you include this one, but it's kind of redundant to include that these teams are playing each other, and so it's just week 8 and 9 up there on their schedule. I could label those, but that's all right. I probably will for future nights. As you can see, Bedford sitting in 5th place at 3 and 3. Meanwhile, Vancouver at 1 and 5. Did pick up a win 2 weeks ago, but still down in 8th. Moving then to our schedule, a lot of games to be played. Most of them matter. We'll get to the scenarios shortly. Then the standings with the top 2 up there, and then quite a bit of separation elsewhere, and the 2 at the bottom as well. That leaves the top 2, both Daytona and Inchin, the 2 who are clinched, and they clinched in that order. Looking at our scenarios, first of all, these 2 are your 2 teams that'll have a chance to clinch. Boston with just a win, meanwhile Madison with a win and help, but I think Boston are much more likely because both teams play exceedingly difficult matches against Inchin and Daytona. Moving over then, Vancouver are the first team on the board with a chance to be locked into the play-in, and that would happen if they lose this game and then Loudoun win. And then moving down the line, we got 2 more as KC and Buffalo also a chance to be locked into the play-in. As for both of them, it would be either a loss or Bedford and Loudoun win, but Buffalo play Loudoun, and so it gets simplified to as long as they lose, they're out. Meanwhile, KC are out with a loss, or they have the other option of if both those teams win, which we'll find out tonight. Moving then over to our stats. Averages very much in favor of Vancouver, which surprised me a little bit. And your key players are Craney, who's leading everything with a tie in demos, and Arium, who's leading 3 of the stats with goals to Koala, shot percentage to Arrow, a tie with Corinth on assists, and then demos going over to Koala. And so there you have the matchup. Bedford, 3 positions higher in the standings, 2 games better in their record, but they haven't quite been perfect this season, of course, as they've dropped quite a few. Their roster has shuffled quite a bit, and so here they are. The thing I kind of skipped over while talking through all of that is 0 teams can clinch today because the one team out of the clinching teams that plays is Madison in the last game of the night, and they need a win and more help. But, they need Denver to lose, I believe. So, yeah, they need Denver to lose, which cannot happen because Denver aren't playing today. So, we'll see. But on the other side of that, we can have 3 teams locked into the play-in today with still 2.5 weeks to play. 3 of the 4 teams that will be locked into the bottom 4 could be locked into the bottom 4. And by the way, it's just going to be a thing. I don't know how many ways to phrase it or to say it, because usually you could say the bottom 4 are eliminated or out or whatever, but those aren't quite the right descriptor because, as we've said, they aren't out. They will play in a play-in that the winner of those series will still make the playoffs, but they'll be the lowest seeds, and they got to play that extra game to get there. So it's a little bit tough to place the words. I mean, I can say locked into the play-in. Not much more. I could say no, because relegated would imply they get sent. The Prism teams, that would imply they get sent to Pixel. The Pixel players, they get Shadow Realmed, I guess. But yeah, we at least have our one way, as we do. By the way, have 1 team in, waiting on the second. Hopefully we'll get them in here pretty soon, and then we'll be able to get this one underway, as I am interested to see how this one ends up going. I think it's fairly simple to say that Bedford should probably be the favorites. I mean, again, they're 2 games better. They've won, I think, two straight series. So they're somewhat hot right now, and they've played fairly well. But at the same time, at least personally, I have quite liked this Vancouver roster. I believe that they could be competitive. And I'm just interested to see if they truly can be. As, by the way, we do have both our teams in now. Just waiting. We need one person to leave. And then we'll be able to get into this one. As I will ask. Okay. I was going to ask about a name change. I think they got on it. Because, once again, Bozy joined with a different name. And I think he was already leaving to do it. So, we're going to be good. Don't worry about it. As we now should be good to go. So, we're going to have Frighten and, I believe, Koala not in for the first game. As we get ready to roll here. Bedford in blue, Vancouver in orange. Vancouver, of course, in the match that concluded the last week. Now a solid a while later, I think 4 or 5 days later, in the match that kicks off the next week. Of course, going to be underdogs once again, but a lot less severely, and they made it pretty close last time. So we'll see if they can do it again. I don't think I set a score line. I'm going to go Bedford 3-1. Like I said, I want to believe in Vancouver that I could absolutely see this turning into a closer game or maybe an upset, but gotta go with the favorites for now. As I mentioned it, I didn't fully describe how. So basically, our first 2 games of the night are the ones you want to keep an eye on in terms of teams determining their fate. That, again, if you look at it as Craney sails one high, follow up from Lynx will go wide for the moment. Arrow trying to keep it away. Plays it up the right wall. Now it's pinched downfield by Corinth. Now Corinth to the back wall, but Craney's already there. So if you remember the bottom 3 teams, Vancouver are out with a loss and Loudon win. Buffalo are out with just a loss. KC are out with a loss, or both Bedford and Loudon win. So the first match, obviously you see on your screen. The second one is Loudon Buffalo. As this one's down and in. Just under 90 seconds in, it's Bozy who gets it across. Ariam tries to clear it, but Lynx is there. He bounces it home. And that is goal number 1 over the Bulldogs to kick off the first game here. But as I was saying, that second game, first of all, Loudon Buffalo. Obviously, if Loudon win, that means Buffalo lose. Buffalo are out. Moving down the line then, Vancouver are out with a loss, which can happen in this game, and a Loudon win, which happens in the next game. And then finally, KC need both Bedford and Loudon to lose, or to win, I mean, which can again happen in those 2 games. As we see another shot downfield here, and Craney just kind of gets by everyone. It was Corinth trying to dive back, but not able to get there. Until minute 50 in now, about 23 or 24 seconds after the first goal. It's now 2-0 for Bedford. And so those same 2 results of Bedford win and then Loudon win would eliminate all 3 of those teams at the exact same time. So that'll be interesting as this one's played off the side. Corinth trying to jump up, now knocked down away. Craney up around the outside again. Shot down and in. Craney makes it 3. 3-0 for Bedford. Of course, what all that means, if Bedford get this win, it is entirely likely, at the very least, the farthest they could fall would be 7th. If they win this game. And in a spot where the top 6 make it directly, that's already a pretty good ratio. And then, of course, They just have Denver to get ahead of, but, I mean, right now it's Vancouver in front of them, and they're making it look easy. As Craney again just rolls it out. I think some demos helped. And Craney just kind of shoots that one through, gets that goal on the board. And so it is now 4-0. Only halfway into game number 1. And of course, Bedford did also beat Denver earlier in the season, about 2 weeks ago, in 5 games. So, honestly, essentially, if Bedford win this game, they're probably just a playoff team. It's probably just that simple. And Lynx tries to jump up, knocks it back down. Bozy will dive in. He'll shoot, but Arrow's there for the save that time. And of course, Denver play KC this week. But then after that, they play Boston and Madison. So I think it's quite likely that Denver will lose a couple series. Meanwhile, Bedford also play Loudoun, which is probably their most winnable game after this one. So yeah, I think realistically for Loudoun and Bedford, they're heavy favorites tonight. And if they win, they're probably just in. That's not a guarantee. And if Denver pop off, they could take that spot. But that's just how it's looking. And of course, I think Denver would probably be pretty clear favorites in the play-in. But I think everyone's going to want to avoid Kansas City for sure. And whoever plays them are probably in a rough spot. But of course, still yet to win a game, as we are still in game number 1 here. 1 minute left to play. We have slowed down in the last minute 20. There haven't been any added, as there could be a chance here for Vancouver, and it will drop through. And so that is goal number 1. Corinth sends it high, a demo to make sure, and Arrow just floats that one down. And so Vancouver will not be shot out, and it is now 4-1. So still a long ways to go if they want a chance at this one, but at the very least, a much better position to be in. This one centered around, Lynx trying to get it away, Ariam under it. There's another. All right, hold on. There's a chance this one could get more interesting, as that is 2 goals in a very short time frame. Now down to a 2-goal lead again. Still should be pretty comfortable, but no longer fully a guarantee. But we are seeing a good push downfield here. This one will get 50 back. Arrow now rolls it up the side wall. They'll have to leave it, but only 20 seconds left to go. That time bank starting to get restrictive, but Bozy gets beat, and it's a 1-goal game. 4-3. Ariam soars over the Bulldogs. And 18 seconds left to go. It's still a Bedford lead, but it has been cut down from 4 to 1 towards the end of this game. Craney, though, able to beat a couple, only 1 to go. He'll get to the backboard, and he'll send it home. And he will give Bedford the response they need. A great double there, bar down on the way through. And so the lead goes right back up to 2. And with 10 seconds to go, it flips right back over to Bedford, and they will just about close out game number 1. Now, okay, they're making it tough here, because again, this is possible. Now, surely Bedford, surely you don't lose this, right? But of course, a good play by Vancouver there as they're able to get goal number 4 on the board. Now back to a 1-goal game, but they need this kickoff to go well. Could end up with Arrow. They take quite a while, but they do get it up. Bouncing down. Corinth is there, but it's saved off the post. It's set up really well, but not quite well enough. And so it's saved out to the side. Bedford managed to outshoot them 9-5. They outscore them 5-4, a much closer ratio there. And they will take game number 1 as we look towards DFH. for game number 2. And obviously, Bedford not feeling very comfortable about it, as we are going to see the same roster run back from Vancouver, but we are going to see Frighten come in for Bedford. And so, as we roll in here, never mind, we are missing someone. Fascinating. So everyone, okay, now we have them in. And so we should be good. Okay. As I'm not going to remake because I know it's a bit cooked, but okay. All right. We're going to unpause, and it's going to start quickly. But we're good. Koala didn't join the lobby until just about so basically, by the time everyone readied up, Koala, Vancouver hadn't changed. Then when we loaded into this one, Vancouver only had 2, and yet they joined a team. So then Koala joined the lobby right before the countdown started and still didn't join a team until about 2 seconds left in the countdown, pretty much after I had paused. So that was a little bit rough, but hey, the change did come through. And we are playing Rocket League as we do have Koala stepping in as well, replacing Arrow. Right now, not going to connect on that one as Bozy plays it off the corner. Controlled out to the side. Corinth now waiting under it, flick downfield, looking to follow. Bozy gets it out to the side. Now played away again, Craney trying to drop it down. Arium cleared away. Now waiting under it, Koala trying to follow it around the outside. Played down by Craney, but Corinth's already there. He'll control it in. Arium, though, dunked the other way. Braden trying to follow it downfield, will put it towards net. Koala cleared away from there. Now he'll follow off that touch. Now Koala downfield, but Craney not able to connect. That's not who that was. That was Arium, I believe. Someone. As this one bouncing across again. Now Arium sure is on that one, as he'll force it downfield, and this will get all the way down to the corner. Craney now trying to get it away, leaves it off to Frighten. That'll get over a couple, but now it's Arium in the air towards the net. Drop down off the post. Corinth is blocked by Frighten. So close, but it won't cut it. And this one stays tied. Another bouncing ball, and that one gets through. It's Arium again, and Vancouver get the first goal of the game. Koala, the Wrecking Crew, makes sure that one is able to squeak on by. It finds the bottom right corner. And the Void are going to have their first lead of the series. As keep in mind, okay, another one's in. I was going to start talking about goals, but Koala just adds another one. Arium pops it over. Koala, good turn in, bangs it downfield, and it just drops in. As what I was going to say is if you look at the last 7 goals scored in this series, 6 of them come from Vancouver. And so, of course, Bedford did really well in that first game. They built that big lead for themselves. But momentum has been well and truly the other direction. And so far, that's continued into this game. Though if we've seen anything, a team can go up 4-0 and then go back to 5-4. And so as it's now 3-0 Vancouver, this might not be that secure. As it's Craney trying to get it away, but just drops down too early. Not able to get a block, and then Koala just kind of beats all 3. Fairly weak shot, but it makes its way in, and it's now 3-0. Bozy trying to get it cleared away again. Now off downfield. Craney around the corner, Frightened there, and he'll get one the other way. Now 3-1. Back to a 2-goal game as Bedford could be beginning the turn. Solid effort there on the defense, but just not able to reach it. Now sent downfield. Brighton trying to push it into the corner. It'll bounce around the outside. Now dropping down again. Corinth waiting under it. He'll cut. He'll get by them all, but he doesn't have the boost for a shot. Pinch back out, but Koala 50'd away by Craney. Corinne's touch now makes it a bit awkward for Arium. It'll get one good 50 as well as a shot forward that is blocked away by Frighten. Now turning back in, drops the shot. Might have been wide, but Corinth is there to respond either way. Koala can get beat to the boost, but that does mean a Bedford member is still stuck downfield as this one floats across. Arium off the back wall. Corinth up high. Koala racing in. Blocked away again, but it's Arium, and it's wide again. So many chances for Vancouver, but none find the correct mark. 90 seconds left to play. Still a 2-goal lead for now, as that one will go just wide by Frighten as well. Craney 50'd up in the air. Frighten trying to drop it down. It is off target, and Frighten's able to dive into it. Posey now slowing it down. This one blocked back away. Koala around the outside. Popped up to the ceiling, dropping down. Craney scores! And it's a 1-goal game. It gets so awkward for the Void, and they have no response. Arium completely flat-footed, unable to dive. And so the shot finds its way right through the left post. And so 1 minute left to go. This one is back within one, and it's now tied. It drops straight to Craney. He slows it down, taps it in. It gets by Corinth, and with just over a minute left to go, this game is tied right back up. Now forward again, down off the ceiling. This one sent downfield high in the air. Frighten will get a dunk on it. Now controlled by Arium. He'll go up high. Craney won't get a challenge, but Bozy will get a clear. Koala now just able to stall it, but Corinth can move into support, although it's dunked right back the other way. Arium now will pop high in the air. It'll bounce right back down. Craney now trying to track it. This one around the outside. It'll be Craney to send it away. Now down again. Frighten up around the corner. Corinth will knock it down. 15 seconds left to go now. Still a tie game as this one's dropping down. Arium trying to bang it away. Now Frighten off the right wall. Bozy lurking. Arium's touch will pop it wide, but is there a follow-up play? Craney pops it up in the air. Low boost. Bozy won't connect. Corinth looking for a counter, but it finds the grass. And game number 2 is on to overtime to determine its winner. Arium not able to connect on that one as Craney up for it, trying to get it downfield. Now popped across. Bozy already on it, pops it up. It'll bounce around. Koala gets it over one. Now Corinth still under it. This one flicked again. Craney cleared downfield. Koala on it, trying for the clear away. Arium has to wait. Bozy will set it up. Frighten jumping in. And it's match point over to Bedford. We said it. This series has shown no lead is safe. Bedford almost throw one in game 1. And they get a convincing result here in game 2. As of course, you can see in the chat that people are just restarting their game. Must be getting some sort of lag. I would remake the server if they wanted to, but I haven't been asked to. And so we're just going to ball, I think. So we'll see how long it takes for them to get back in. But then we will get into this one, as it's obviously a very strong start for Bedford. Neither game has felt quite clean, as they got a big lead and then threw it away. And then gave up a big lead and got it right back. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly how to describe this game. But, I mean, it's working out pretty well. As, by the way, these shots were actually in favor of Vancouver, as it was 9-8 in their favor. So, a 1-shot difference and a 1-goal difference, although the goals go in the opposite direction. And so as we have most players back in, by the way, Craney is the only member of either team that didn't leave after that one. So that's really funny. But let's see, as we have most people back in, but not everyone. Currently looking at, it looks like we have all of Bedford currently in, so we're just waiting for the other team to get back in, and then we'll be good, hopefully, probably. So basically, if Bedford win and then Loudoun win the next one, then 3 teams would be locked to the play-in, which would be the equivalent from past seasons to being eliminated. So, yeah, and that would be because Bedford and Loudoun win, which eliminates KC. Buffalo lose, which, and I'm going to say eliminates here, but obviously you know that's not really what's happening. So Buffalo lose, which eliminates them. And then Vancouver lose and Loudoun win, which is essentially the same as KC's. Then they lost, so they're at 6 losses, and both Bedford and Loudoun won. So the line is at 5 losses is the minimum those teams can get. So as we do load in here, basically there are 3 teams that can be locked to the bottom 4 this week. And all 3 of them can have that happen after the first 2 games of the week. And of course, there are 2 weeks after this that they still wouldn't be able to catch up. So, you know, we'll see. And so far, it's looking pretty good for the first half of that, as Bedford are up on match point. Again, hasn't been a perfect series to get there, but they have managed, as Corinth able to pop that one away. Now a follow-up down the sideline. Frighten, gonna pop it up in the air. This one cleared away again. Now dropping down. Arium beat by Craney. Now Bosey following, but Corinth is back in time. Corinth now clearing it away. By the way, I also, because I see you used it, and it's not wrong, I don't want to use the word clinch, because at least connotatively, that implies like earning it, like a positive. And so that's why I'm using locked, because they can't go above that then. As Frighten gets an early goal here. And so for the second time out of 3 games, it'll be first blood over to Bedford. As Frighten kind of given an opportunity there, able to pop it by 2. And it finds its way in towards the top left. And so Bedford will be the ones playing from in front again, but I mean, they maybe better start building a lead, because you'd imagine it'll get chipped away at the very least, based on this series so far. As Koala tries to drop it down. Craney. Now Corinth up into the ceiling. Bosey will send it away. Arium downfield. This one going towards the back wall, but Frighten will clear it all the way away. Koala now sending it down. This one played away. Arium dunked by Frighten. Up high in the air, but cleared away by Koala. Corinth downfield again. This one around the outside. Frighten. Trying to bounce it down. Once again, find its way all the way to the Vancouver back wall, as it was cleared, but that's sent back in by Craney. Everyone misses. That might have been 5 cars that dove by it before finally there's a 50 that sends it down into the Bedford half. Corinth another 50, bouncing out towards Koala, looking for a center, and Frighten helps him out. It was an awkward read. He knew he needed a piece of it, but that's not the one he was looking for, as it unfortunately just bounces the wrong way. Koala's given credit, and 2 minutes in, this one is all tied up, 1-1. So this time, the lead won't grow above 1 before it gets equalized. We'll see who can claim the next one. Or maybe both teams will avoid it until OT to avoid the guaranteed throw. But it seems like Bedford aren't afraid of it, as they get another pop forward and another goal. Now 2-1. Corinth trying to get that one away, but it's just dunked in by Bosey, who of course has also switched into a Fennec. And that one works out quite well for the Bulldogs, as just under halfway into this game, they're leading once more. Right now giving another touch, but of course it just pops wide. Arium trying to wait under it. Gets awkward. Corinth will get a pop up. Arium now up to follow it. Gets it off the sidewall, dropping down. Corinth given the space, given the shot, but it goes high. Koala up next, but Frighten's back in plenty of time. It's now looking for another center, but it's popped away. That'll slow things down. Koala heater, but it's up high. I mean, as Lynx has asked how surprising it would be if they sweep, honestly, hold on. Lynx, I think you'll understand pausing, because what did I just witness? Frighten clears it. Craney on the back wall. That is a disgusting angle. He somehow feeds that one down. It takes a piece of the defender, but that was on anyway, and it still goes in. That's incredible by Craney. That brings the lead up to 3-1. I think it's a bit surprising for me personally, because I've been a believer in Vancouver, but based on the Rocket League we've seen and everyone else's expectations, probably not really. As that one's a good pass back. Frighten's shot is wide. Craney will try to keep it forward, and Frighten will be able to get there, so it'll pop out off the corner again as we have 90 seconds left to go here. I think for me, this is kind of a game where it's like, I'm still trying to read both teams, because I'm kind of used to, obviously, Bedford lost 3 games in a row in the middle of the season. So they've looked good, and they've won their last 2, but there's still that part of you, even though there was a roster change, that's like, okay, but are they real? Or is it just kind of a bob upwards for an otherwise still up and down team? And then on the other side, I still quite like this roster for Vancouver. I liked it from the moment it was formed. And then you see that very close game against Inchin, and you think maybe they are decent. But everyone else's opinion and what their record shows is that this just isn't a very good team. And so if you take it by the, like, as it were, this week, this now, this is probably a much better team against a much worse team, and so sweep isn't that surprising. But with kind of my biases and my uncertainties, it's a bit surprising to see it be this. I mean, can you say one-sided? First 2 are 1-goal games. Vancouver had an early lead, whatever. I mean, an 0-2, right? Because, or is it 1-2? I don't remember I think he retired right before their first win, but it may have been before the Inchin series. Not entirely sure. As this one's cleared away, and it just falls right back down. And so, pretty clean, as we said. Bedford are going to end up taking this one in a 3-0 sweep. Didn't talk too much about it because game kind of slowed down, and we're talking about the league as a whole. But, I mean, there you have it. Bedford just kind of looked better. Obviously, game 3, the cleanest we saw. The others got quite close with throws by whichever team got a lead, which did alternate between the two. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of that simple. Bedford, as I said, for a lot of teams, not perfect, but pretty good. Definitely good enough. I think it's 1-2. Yeah, I think you guys are right, and I do believe it. As, yep, we are going to have the interview as confirmed through the chat. And so we will be right back in just one moment. And we are back with Bedford. Maybe it looks a little bit more one-sided than it was, but it is a 3-0 sweep. How does it feel to be 4-3?
Fantastic. 4-3 looks pretty good on us right now.
Absolutely.
Say nothing wrong with a little adversity throughout the season.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Now, I mean, the first part of it that I'll just ask is, why were those first 2 games so close?
First game, we fumbled hard. They got 1 or 2 lucky goals, and then we just kept letting them get them.
I hit that nasty shot as well.
And then game 2, in my opinion, it was a full swap of 2 players, so it was just getting back into rhythm. Swapping me out for Frighten, having Arrowblade swapped out for Koala. That's obviously 2 better people coming in, so it's a little bit different pace. I think that's kind of why they got those 3 right off bat, but we were able to battle it back.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then the development off of that would be, why was the third game then a lot cleaner, a lot more certain?
Well, I don't know about cleaner. I think I might lead league in own goals. I think that's the third one of the
Okay.
season.
Okay.
But let's just say that when we're on, right? Other than my own goals, like when we are playing at the pace we want to play at, right? And
I want to pass the ball.
yeah, we learn how to pass the ball, right? And we're just going up for shots and taking them it's insane. We almost feel like an unstoppable force. Now, obviously, like I'm just saying that because like confidence is key, and we're rolling in there and we're playing well. But other than that, I will say a special little someone out who plays for Prism likes to dog up my name, and I don't think he can do that anymore. I think he better just pipe it down, young man. That's all I can say to that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't see
there's
him in Twitch chat anymore.
no, I don't either.
No, Arrow is
would've-
asking if you called him slow.
I was actually typing while you're saying that, so I'll just say it out loud. It was just a different pace of play. It wasn't that you're slow. Obviously, Koala's a little bit better than you. He's just a little bit more consistent with his aerials, a little bit faster to get up there. He's a little bit better on defense. You can call me a hater all you want, Arrow.
So basically, you're
but-
worse in every single way, and I think you should feel bad about it.
Also, Lemon,
Hey.
you never scrimmed us.
I think I'm worse than you, Arrow. So I'm probably the worst playing person in the league right now.
I agree, Lynx. That's it, I'm getting traded.
Yep, that's a reminder. The
get-
trade lock has not passed yet.
Oh yeah, I still got a couple more days. All right, anybody want Cranny? I need a first round pick back. Let's say next week we play Inchin. It's definitely going to be a different pace of play from Void, but it definitely helps my confidence personally that we're going to come in and play really well, especially if Void took them to 5 last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I assume you guys are confident you'll make top 6 directly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough. Now, a very early prediction I'll ask. You guys have any guesses as to who you'll face then in the quarterfinals?
Oh goodness
How do
gracious.
brackets work?
I was about to say, I'll be honest, I haven't even looked at how the bracket would even be set up.
Yeah.
So you guys would be either 5 or 6, probably depending on the Loudon series. You could go higher because Madison have a tough schedule, but then you'd probably play 3 or 4. So then that would be, as of now, Boston and Madison, who are in those 2 spots.
Yeah.
Give us Boston. That bacon guy can't do nothing. Who cares about Boston?
Yeah, we're just out muscle them anyway.
Okay.
What did I say? Shedded some extra weight. Got a faster, a little bit of a speed demon out here. You know, I got rid of. Oh God, what's her name? Never mind. Forget it. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's not funny anymore if I say it now.
Yeah, well, I do think that's about all I have for you guys then. So congratulations on your win and good luck next week.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for casting.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doggo.
All right, and as I said, that will do it then for the first game of the week. As Bedford are going to take a pretty convincing win here, but we'll see. We got 2 games left to go, so now this does make it pretty simple that we have 3 teams that can be eliminated by the next result if Loudon end up winning, but we'll figure that out when we start that game in about 20 minutes. Stream will be live in half that time, so we hope to see you back then. But your final score here, one last time, Bedford 3, Vancouver 0, as they just fall short once again. And so, I'll see you back pretty soon here for the second game of the week, still in Pixel.